chief, for a reason and a rationale.
I just want to say, just to comment on that, I think it's very important, our perspective on mass incarceration and the way that we look at mass incarceration and recidivism. So just to be very frank and very clear, we went from slavery to Jim Crow to mass incarceration, and mass incarceration is slavery. Like, it is slavery. That's how we do it. It's not anywhere around it, and I just want to make sure that while we're having this conversation, we're having it through that lens. Oh, also, and when we talk about recidivism, and we talk about people, being in restorative circles and not reoffending, people who are going back to prison are not people who are committing new crimes mostly. It's people who are getting violated from parole, small violations that are not new crimes. So let's just be very clear. I think that fear-mongering and the way that we have conversations around this is a tactic to keep us out of abolition or out of criminal justice reform. So I just wanted to take responsibility and say that.
I used to work in juvenile justice, but my question was, maybe I had this wrong. Was that 15-year-old for the book bag incident, wouldn't he be in juvenile justice? Was he in adult prison?
He was in adult prison. He was on Rikers Island.
But for what reason? If he was 15, wouldn't he be in juvenile
Someone
justice?
justified over $5,000 in that book bag. That's grand larceny.
It was a felony. That I want to just reiterate that he did not commit. And he was 16 years old, and a felony is Rikers Island.
Okay, yes, you please.
So I'm the chair of I'm Celia, and I'm the chair of the Rochester Regional Coalition Against Human Trafficking. And you mentioned the 13th, some mentioned the 13th Amendment, and that's another form of modern-day slavery. But I guess, sometimes when we're doing this work, you feel like, is there a light at the end of the tunnel, or do you just feel like you're constantly emptying the ocean with a tablespoon? So how do you keep going in this work that we're doing? Can you speak to that?
So for me, everybody has their thing. I just put a post up on Facebook the other day that said, my Wednesdays is non-negotiable. I go to Bible study every single Wednesday because I need a balance. If I don't, I will be bitter and angry and on fire all of the time. And for some people, that's their community or restorative circles or whatever their thing is. Mine is like church. My anchor is Jesus. And I don't know what other people's is, but for me, that's my balance, as well as my community. I feel like it's my responsibility. And then when I see amazing people running alongside me to do this work, while it might seem like, emptying an ocean with a tablespoon, we're better together. And if all of us have it, then I don't think we're gonna change anything altogether, but when my daughter come and fight for this stuff, I wanna loosen the chains a little bit for her, that is easier.
Ma'am?
I'm sorry.
I have a question for Pastor Wilson. So, Pastor Wilson, I appreciate what you talked about. By the way, my name is LaToya. I'm a criminal defense attorney. I appreciate what you talked about as far as the Police Accountability Board and the numbers and percentages as far as who's being prosecuted. Who's being actually determined to be at fault in whatever way that comes out to be. Is there any separate board, maybe just on its own, that has done the work to show that maybe this number or this percentage should have been held accountable versus what they found, to kind of show it to them to say this is where we should be versus where we are?
I don't think, not to my knowledge. No. Good suggestion, good idea, but no.
Okay, ma'am, anyone else before? All right, this lady here, and then we'll come back to you with the other question.
Just one quick question for, I think it's Kathleen. With HALT, I'm just wondering if solitary confinement is proven to be detrimental and not effective at all in any form of rehabilitation, why would you even do 15 days? I mean, I don't mean to be critical, and I don't mean to, I know maybe you start with wherever you can. A small step is better than nothing, but I'm just wondering why it should be allowed at all.
And I know you asked for, I just can't wait to. My mom and my dad, to answer you where my cup runneth over, my dad picked cotton in Cleveland, Mississippi, 1941, Able Street. You know what I mean? So I have that experience. DARE program doesn't work statistically. It doesn't make any less people take drugs. But there's still a DARE card at these schools, right? And so it feels good, and it gives you a warm cooling, right? But it doesn't have an impact on the outcome. Sorry.
I'd like to refer everyone to an article in the New York Times on the ending of solitary confinement in Colorado. And what they found was that prison violence went down, attacks on guards went down. I have a copy of the article if anyone wants to see it. The commissioner in Colorado put himself in a cell overnight and came out saying, this is wrong. So I totally agree with you that even 15 days is probably 15 days too much, but we are so far away from Colorado. And my friend here, Betty Hancock, points out to me often that, you know, we in New York State, we think, oh yeah, we're New York, we're like on top of it. No, we are not. We are not doing so great. So we really need to look at ourselves, and we need to take steps toward a more humane approach to working with people who have problems that are severe enough that have landed them in prison. So that's an answer. And I'd also like to point out that the book, The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander, should be a required reading for everybody. Except if you're a person of color, you already know everything that's in the book, but you know the basics. But it's a great read because she takes you through decade by decade by decade, politician by politician, how the dog whistle of Jim Crow turned into the war on drugs, tough on crime, institutional racism. It's something we all have to confront. And if we don't confront it, it will continue to destroy our society.
Right, thank you. We really do only have room for one more question. Is there anybody, or do you want to? All right. Is it a short one?
Statement, actually. For anybody who hasn't seen it, the Khalid Browder story is on Netflix. It's a 6-part series.
Thank you. All right, yes. What here? No, right from the lady that I came up for.
Yes, back to you, Pastor Wilson. What did the City Council give as their justification for reducing your board from 11 to 9 members?
They felt that it would be too hard to keep enough people, volunteers, on an 11-person board. They said that right now, the boards that they have in place, it's hard to find people to fill those seats and to take on the role, so they felt that reducing the number would be better.
Okay, thank you so much. First of all, Dr. Willis has the cards here if anybody would like to pick one up so that we can follow up the conversation. Secondly, I want to thank Robert Withers for our videotaping, and tonight's program can be seen on the YouTube channel of the League, which is www.LWV-RMA. We have resources in the back. I would like to thank our esteemed panelists very much. And then one final, if you found, yes, please give them a informative. We have another exceptional program coming up May 20th on why Census 2020 is so incredibly important. It is going to be held at Fight Village on Ward Street. I would encourage you to mark your calendar now. So I would like to again say thank you. We have about 10 minutes to be out of here. But once again, thank you so much for coming.
When I started the day,
You're more than welcome.
And if you could, yes, very well to 20 way.
Okay.
And like I said, it's at White Village, and so we'll just be in touch.
Okay, now this, because the other camera, the connector was chewed up, I shot this on my camera, so I'm going to need to get who's going to post
Okay.
this on
Who's going to post it?
it's on my camera. I will, it's back in the suitcase. It's back in the suitcase. I just put it right back there because we
So
weren't
should
using it.
Robert give his camera?
So, well, I'm not giving my camera.
Okay,
I'll
what
give
you're
you a
done-
copy of the
okay,
disc.
got it.
Whoever you want to deliver to, I will deliver.
All right, you know what, I would say Judy at this point, Judy Weinstein.
Oh, okay.
In the chat. She's right up front.
Where's she hiding?
In the tweed jacket.
That's Judy Weinstein. Okay, there's too many Judys.
I know,
Okay.
it's amazing.
Okay.
All right, as soon as I get a location, I'm hoping it's going to be Church of the Immaculation down East Avenue a little bit. I will let you know.
It's up there someplace, not back here. Okay, yes. You have my communication, you certainly have my cell number and stuff. So yeah, can you have the date on that?
It's a week from Wednesday.
Okay, I will check my calendar. I have a bunch of meetings, but
Wrong way, I beg your pardon.
okay, yes, we need to extract this. That would be a big mistake.